I yelled out to you before, but you didn't hear me. You were too busy drinking when I said hi.
Right, surprise and welcome back to the Rangai Media studios here at Gladstone Road in Gisborne. Te Tairāwhiti for Napier City Rovers, again in the blue, playing left to right, versus your ALH Gisborne Thistle in the white, playing from right to left. Almost asleep here this afternoon, 2 hours later than last week's game, thanks to the road being fully open again. And the Gisborne Thistle players would have enjoyed their sleep in this morning. It's Thistle in position with the throw on the right-hand side, top of the screen there, just in case you need to squint. And they've got an early corner here. David Salmon been taking these in the absence of Cullen Sporforth, who I'm told is training, but not quite ready to put it into action on the pitch. Little trick shot there as Finn McCauley receiving the ball in the box at his feet rather than on the head.
Well, for lack of a polite introduction, I guess I'll just join in myself. Thanks, Ryan.
It's all right. There's another voice in the studio there. I don't know where it's coming from, but yeah, anybody that is polite like that is welcome to stay, I suppose. Who are you?
Often referred to Rangai Media CEO, Shannon Dowsing.
Wonderful, wonderful. And what did you say, CEO?
The ghost of, aren't I? Seeing you can't see me in studio, apparently.
Yeah, right. So what does CEO stand for?
Chief Executive Officer, right?
Chief Executive Opera Singer.
Yep, that's it.
That's fantastic. Got a few bars for us?
I get paid for my performance, Ryan.
Unsure how to respond to that, but I was asking you to sing.
Yes.
So yes.
Yes.
But we're looking for some sort of tallython in the comments section just while this player on the far side gets the old scone tended to. So what'll it take?
What'll it take to get me singing? Well, I mean, it'd take you'd obviously have to beatbox for me. Opera being known for its crossover with beatboxing, obviously.
Bit of a symphony.
Also in the Sheila studio, of course, Sheila on graphics today. She hasn't decided to put a scoreboard up today or branding. Oh no, wait, there it is. It's just not on my big screen, is it? There we go. I don't know how any of my things work here.
It's tough at the top. It's tough at the top, and we're back in action on the pitch. Nothing like a baptism of fire. Speaking of fire, vocal on the sidelines again. Feel like you're in the dugout today. There's Liam Schofield in the number 10, a first-team player for Napier City Rovers, been a fixture of their first team since about 2018 when he arrived on these shores. Out of England, out of the Hemsworth Miners Welfare Football Club, playing down in the North East Counties Premier League, which for those familiar with the system over there, be a step probably 4 or 5, level 8 if things were linear. And also for Napier City Rovers today, you'll have Alex Davies featuring, former Gisborne Thistle player from last season, and George Andrew again. Hot on the attack here, and it's nearly shot. You can imagine for the ambling figure of Harry Mason, their chief goal threat. Speaking of goals, though, Shannon, if I may draw you in at this point.
I have many goals, yes.
In the 4th minute of the fixture, Jimmy Summerton, 8 goals in 4 games so far this season. Could he be caught by anyone?
It's a really long season, right? 4 rounds, isn't it? I'd say
yeah, they play each other 4 times.
Yeah, there is every opportunity for someone to catch him, but
I was looking forward to saying really nice things about referee Martin Royal. I think probably by most people's viewpoints, he'd be the best referee that we have in the Central Federation, but he's just given a foul throw, and I don't know why. I'd challenge anyone to find in the rules why that is a foul throw. Anyway, moving on. Rovers with the ball. There's George Andrew, the Gisborneite, the lone player. He's gone on loan from the club he was on loan to, which I don't know if that's legal at all, but perhaps Federation Operations Manager Donald the Blue Wiggle Piper could have something to say about that. Or maybe he doesn't care because it's not him on the sideline in the Federation League this season. As Case McCurdy with the ball in his hands. Don't see how that throws any different to that of Baple just moments ago, but on we go.
we all know that foul throws involve holding your tongue in the correct location.
Tell you what, there may as well be a rule for foul kicks. If we're going to pick on the biomechanics of people throwing a ball in, especially when there's absolutely no advantage gained. Fascinating stuff. Here's the free kick. Looks like Schofield standing over it with that left foot. Looped it in. Looks like the tall frame of Jimmy Summerton putting himself to use at the back. There's the pacey Campbell Hall. Playing down the middle. He's got Summerton in on the right-hand side of the area. Dangerous in the box as always. He's got Elwood behind him getting forward. Thistle's own British product. And Napier City Rovers turn to counter now. Flag's gone up. You'd have to say correctly on that near side.
Chris Spur always looking confident there, of course. He's played that trap perfectly.
Speaking of additions to the team, you've taken out one, what do you call it, a pentagenarian, perhaps? And Matt Smith, and bringing in another, is it a sectogenarian? And Chris Spur, not quite yet.
Let's just say that the Gentry deserve to play as well.
He's experienced. Elwood puts Baple away on the left-hand side. Has Salmon inside him. And that's McMillan spraying to Sam Royston, I believe, taking up a role at right back today. resulted in a Napier City Rovers throw. Or the Dolphins, as they're called in club circles, of course, the reserve side. Well, Tairāwhiti being Napier City Rovers' first team's actual reserve side, and so this is the reserves, given that the other reserves in Havelock aren't playing in the Federation League this season. Here's Andrew. Looking for Harry Anderson out on the right-hand side, and has found him. And very politely, he's given it right the way back to him. So good to see they like to share. Anderson to win it again. Big challenge coming in from Baple. It's mistimed, but I guess that's an expression of guilt from Royal for the unnecessary foul throw call earlier. So thank you, Martin. Carry on. And Thistle have sportingly given the ball back to Napier City Rovers, which that looks like the vast vegan frame of Danny Wilson at the back playing centre back, which of course is what he turned into during his time in New Zealand. Came over as a striker, stayed as a centre back, came back as a striker, and now he's at the back again. Mason on the volley for a goal kick. What's your favourite colour, Shannon?
Favourite colour? Interesting conversation that, of course. We were discussing shades of purple earlier today, violet being a particular favourite for Sheila. You know what, today my favourite is green.
Fine choice, and the green pitch is looking pretty nice today, to be fair.
I do like the mow lines, I'm not going to lie. I do like a good straight-lined mow.
Yeah, definitely an art. Requires a steady hand and a keen eye to produce results like that. And you don't often see that it's actually gone in the longitudinal fashion as well. So if you were standing behind the goal, you'd also see the stripes the long way.
Yep, a checkered pitch today. Looking great.
Shalnitsa, you'd call it. Here's Wilson looking for options up above him. Just chooses to interchange with Liam Schofield in the middle. Two players that will be very familiar with each other from the National League days with Hawke's Bay United, and then, of course, Napier City Rovers in current times. It's Aidan Doran. There's Case McCurdy on the right. Ben Graney getting a touch in goal. 16 years old these days, unless he's had a birthday in the last month or so. And happy birthday if he has. Suspiciously silent in the comment section there, just wondering if PK is about today. We live in hope. As matters continue to interchange on the pitch here at Park Island. Would you say at Park Island or in Park Island, Shannon?
I would personally go for an at. I feel as if an in implies that you are buried somewhat.
Well, funnily enough, there is a cemetery just around the corner.
So they would all be considered in Park Island then?
Yes,
yeah.
Yes, rest their souls. That's where you're supposed to say something, Shannon.
Is it?
Yeah, lest we forget, something like that. Just anything generally polite. But here's Jimmy Summerton bursting into the area on his right foot this time.
I don't often get requested to sing at... would it be a wake? Yeah, no.
Royston dipping a toe there, is it? Choosing to recover. Campbell Hall looks like he could be struggling on the right-hand side. So Luke Stoltz could get his Christmas wish. Not his first Christmas wish, of course, that's for a wife, but his second Christmas wish is for Max Kumat to enter the field. He's been given the day off Domino's today, and how grateful he must be for that. He's been able to get on the bus. Rovers keeping possession well in the middle.
Now, did you suggest that Luke Stoltz is looking for a wife? Is that what I...
Last time I checked, Luke Stoltz was 100% looking for a wife.
Okay.
Do you have an update on that situation? Because
No,
I don't.
no, not at all. I'm just thinking he is getting on in years. It would be, it'd be appropriate that we decide on a wife for him at this later stage in his life.
Yes, well, we are his subcontinental parents, so it would be extremely rude of us not to dictate to him the terms of the agreement. Not sure where that third voice is coming on. Any more surprises for us today, Shannon? Is there a third commentator perhaps lurking in the background? State of deja vu here with Schofield over the free kick on the right-hand side. He'll wrap that left boot around it. He'll be licking his lips looking at that goal, as well as the delectable figure of Mitchell Stewart-Hill inside it. It's gone across the face, and Stewart-Hill has stood strong.
He might have taken a little clip off the wall there, actually.
Spaypool looking over, looking to put Summerton away. If this one can hold up, he'll be in with a shout here. Graney brave with the extended right boot. George Andrew settles things into the middle there. That's Liam Schofield dominating that midfield area for the Napier City Rovers. Reserves to the reserves of the reserves. McCurdy there. Interchanging with Anderson again, who's found some space on the right. Doesn't get the crossover early enough, only because he wanted to go back and beat Baple one more time for a third. Space in the area and blazed over the bar.
It's a good battle against Baple there. A lot of pace out on that wing.
Yeah, Anderson, of course, out of the Bay of Plenty. So he's new to the Hawke's Bay region. First arrived last year. Only 15 years old. Baple, of course, now a big boy, having left high school. Stewart-Hill goes long, looking for Summerton from the goal kick. Bounces clear for Andrew. Campbell Hall puts himself about again.
Oh, and he's given it
Coughed
away.
this one up to Oscar Smith. Straight in front of goal, cuts onto his right boot and gets the shot off. George Andrew does enough to make the job easy for Graney in goal. Thistle will be using to look the pace of Oscar Smith today. Isn't English a fantastic language? We can put things in any order, and you're 90% sure that you'll possibly be understood. Macaulay getting himself to a spot of bother there, but recovers well. Looks like a first touch there for a former Gisborne Thistle player, Alex Davies, in the middle. As Rovers just recycle position through the back. Andrew with the big switch. Looking for Tom Spears out on that left-hand side. A little bit of bingo going on just to paint a picture in the front here, trying to pick how those Rovers are lining up. Flicked at the near post and it's wide of the far. Means a goal kick for Gisborne Thistle. Haven't seen much of Harry Huxford, the New Zealand under-17 representative, just yet. Normally drifts out on that left-hand side. Perhaps playing slightly more central today. Here's Smith again, finding himself in possession. Graney unconvincing there. He's given it to Somerton at the top of the area. Jives and jags and looks to go to that far post. And it's just wide of it. Tell you what, speaking of sights, is that a high fade on the head of head coach Garrett Blair?
Oh, it is. He's obviously been to 8 Kings this week. Got his fade on.
Strong Beaker vibes, and happy birthday for earlier in the week to the gaffer. Smith does well to battle back, interchanging with Baple and McMillan. Foul from Alex Davies and a little bit of afters there from Smith. The old schoolmates and teammates, of course. Looks like the advantage here for Rovers. Royal will, excuse the pun, but play his cards carefully here and award that right on the edge of the area because he knows that it wasn't necessarily as much of a foul as it looked. Experience from the big man in the middle, standing, of course, at no less than 6'7" tall. Ding-dong battle with Matt Conger for New Zealand's tallest referee. Both of whom you're sure to have finished growing by now. No committee meeting over this free kick. Looks like it should be Harry Mason as the man who's looking to strike it direct. Thomas Spears is looking at it as well. Co-commentator has resigned, and it's a straightforward save to Mitchell Stewart-Hill. Goes for the up and under, falls at the feet of Somerton, but it's Royston who is in position. Wilson with a defensive bomb of his own. Here's Elwood looking to put himself about in the midfield. Rovers building again through Doran. Spears on the ball, gets around one, receives it back, but ultimately coughs it up. Key defensive intervention there from Christopher Spur. Somerton gives up that particular chase. Here's Davies now, time to turn. Looks for Mason in the middle. Macaulay's well positioned to cut it out. Getting hassled by Anderson. Looking for Somerton but not managing to find him. Hall will keep working hard. And it's another one through to Stewart-Hill. Turns to that, looks like a corner to Napier City Rovers as we take in the side profile of Central Football Hawke's Bay Operations Manager Shane McKenzie. corner's cleared this time. A long clearance from Elwood. Thistle under the pump a bit here. Rovers dominating position. Here's McCurdy on the right. Looks to that far post. Spears can't get on the end of it. Royston comes away. Stuart Hill has Smith vying for position up top. Somerton underneath the ball now. And the court of public opinion has ruled a handball there against Jimmy Somerton, who is alleged to have been making his body unnaturally bigger. McCauley looks to shield for Stuart Hill, who just wants it at his feet. Somerton gets touched up by George Andrew, but it's Thistle who have held position. Elwood under pressure here. It's Davies who's won the ball on this occasion. And McCauley with an excellent outlet to Oscar Smith on the left-hand side. Just looking to get around Andrew here. And looks to have won the corner. Hello there.
Hello, I'm back.
With us, Shannon.
I am. You know, the duties of business called. I had to, I was monitoring other live streams simultaneously and noticed a problem that I had to solve.
Any updates for us in that Poverty Bay versus East Coast pre-season fixture?
Absolutely. Poverty Bay 7, East Coast 12. Our camera ops today backing East Coast, even though Poverty Bay are actually paying us to be there. So a little embarrassing having the East Coast shirts up on the Poverty Bay scaffolding, but that's okay.
Kind of big brother to provide the finances. It's an excellent corner to that far post. It looked like either Elwood or McMillan rising there. It could have been someone completely different, but a fantastic corner nonetheless from David Salmon. Thistle, of course, missing the linchpin. Nicholas Sean Land in the middle, the 400 gamer. G'day to the kids watching at home, or at least Corey, you'd think. Maybe Natalie and Caitlin are lurking in the background, perhaps composing a few TikToks. We know Mother Sophie will be indeed, and Carlos will be out hunting, speaking of which. One of the pursuits that Thistle overseas player Hugo Elwood has taken up since entering into the country. It's a corner here for Napier City Rovers. Thank goodness, finally PK's here. Where have you been? Definitely take their time over the set pieces, do Rovers. That one's got plenty of air under it. It's got Mason lurking at that far post. The ball's just out for a goal kick. Clever flick there from Campbell Hall. Jimmy Somerton gives him back to thank him. Royston's crossed now into the area. Smith just a couple of yards off that one. It's Anderson and McCurdy exchanging on the near side. So Rovers definitely dominating position here, but nothing to show at this stage. Excellent little tricky step over there from Smith, has Riley across, and a big challenge coming in from Schofield. Doesn't seem to be any ball children on show today at Park Island. Smith with the throw. Wilson building from the back here. Thought about going long, then thought better of it. Rovers just happy to sit on it here midway through the first half. Searching ball forward there. Straight to the feet of Thistle goalkeeper and captain, Mitchell Stewart-Hill. Macaulay looks to hit Smith again. He'll need to keep this one in. He just can't wrap the boot around it to prevent that ball going out of play. Here's Davies in the middle. Looking to exchange with Harry Huxford out on that left-hand side. Looks like another Thistle player going into the book there. Hard to see who with all the glare. So Royal brings this one back.
I think Baple might have been a little worried that the whistle was going for him there, but...
Wow, don't want to go on about it, but after last week's debacle, where a former player of the coach was refereeing the fixture.
A former player of the coach was refereeing.
I mean, it's obviously happened before, and it's probably okay, but circumstantially, it looked a bit of a curly one. You can't help to feel a bit hard done by. For those wanting to know what that might be in reference to, go back and have a look at the old stream. Perhaps at half time, just go through and look at the probably 90th minute. A 3-3 draw. Game where probably both teams deserved a point and nothing more, to be fair. Hat trick to Jimmy Summerton.
Jimmy Summerton would argue that they deserved the points.
Well, you'd think so.
But I'm glad it's officially been classed as a debacle.
Oh, big time.
Yeah.
Yeah, an OD, an official debacle. Hey, everyone makes mistakes. I mean, if I was, I think it was Harry Lack taking the penalty there, definitely would have just passed it to the goalkeeper and just said, hey, mate, that's not fair. You know, have this one. Let's walk off hand in hand, knowing that we got exactly what we deserved today. But hey, Mason looks to be offside there. You can see out the corner of your eye the shadow of the flag going up. No
that's a yellow card right there, isn't it?
Kicking
the ball away.
Yeah, look.
It's really hard. It wasn't him on the ball when the whistle was blown. He came up and kicked it away after.
Yeah, niggly gamesmanship there from the Dolphins. I mean, you've got to think that at home they would be looking to have a lead by now, you'd think. And indeed, looks like matters have frozen in YouTube land. But if you can hear me, I can tell you what's happening at least.
Well, at least the wind noise is still coming through loud and clear.
Perfect time for a bit of opera singing, I think, perhaps. Good to know, PK, you're here with us. I'll tell you exactly what's going on. It's Graney and the Napier City Rovers goal with the clearance there. Looking for Spears out on the left-hand side, but it's Sam Royston, the Gisborne Thistle right back. Just paint a picture in your minds and I'll talk you through it. Shut your eyes and drift away. Just need to remind myself to stay in the game. Finn Macaulay emerging from the defensive line to win the loose ball. Has Campbell Hall on his right-hand side, who looks to drift into the centre of the park. It's Elwood holds possession for Macaulay on his inside, who's gone underneath and looked for Oscar Smith out on the right. Macaulay stays forward, receives the ball back and looks to cross, but it's straight into the arms of Graney here on Radio Sport. Schofield coming away in the midfield for Napier City Rovers, looks to go long. Mason looks to break the offside trap again, but the ball is in Mitchell Stewart-Hill's hands. Just uses his full allotment of time to slow play down. Goes for another high kick from the hands. Off the head of Somerton, but to the feet of George Andrew for Napier City Rovers, of course. Could be forgiven for thinking that George Andrew would be playing for Gisborne Thistle where he should be, but he is not. Perhaps with the road open now, he'll make that transfer. You've got a PK, that's Radio Rangai here. Broadcasting live on 93.3.
PM, right?
93.3 PM, correct. Feels like it with the 3 o'clock kickoff. On the right-hand side, it's Danny Wilson making the clearance, drifting over just outside the box. Rovers with possession through the middle third now, looking to build forward. Mason comes deep, turns and looks to spray for Spears on the left, who goes behind him right the way back to Harry Huxford. Huxford drifts inside, then looks for Mason long, but it's Finn Macaulay who's cut it out, who then tries to find Somerton. Bit of aerial ping-pong, as you were. A couple of exchanged through balls. Chris Spur to the rescue there with the clearance for Thistle, and it's Sam Royston picking up the loose ball. Tries to find Campbell Hall, it's too high for him, and Wilson clears. Liam Schofield in the middle has Alex Davies above him, who has charitably passed the ball over the left-hand touchline. So it's beneath the Hawke's Bay Toyota stand, which has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people in it today.
Now, can you explain this concept of aerial ping pong to me? Because one would think that regular ping pong also has the ball flying. Aerial ping pong then is played in the air?
No, it depends whether you're talking about table tennis or ping pong. So Oscar Smith here with the ball on the left. We'll just stick to the subject matter while we're bringing audio only. Remind me to come back to that because there is a difference, and it's a key difference between table tennis and ping pong. It's Rovers on the right, and Harry Mason had drifted in to receive from Alex Davies, who drifted wide. There was neither Anderson nor McCurdy on the right-hand side. Now, what I want to tell you there, PK, is I can see the coverage, so it's somewhere between the robot camera and the YouTube feed. Sheila's frantically working away, attempting to troubleshoot, mashing the keypad. Harry Anderson has the ball on the right on the pitch in Napier. Goes at Baypool. Baypool holds his feet well, and it's a corner to Napier City Rovers. You'll look to see the burly frames of Danny Wilson and the burlier as he goes frame of Case McCurdy. Step forward. Liam Schofield will wrap his left foot around this one. Corner comes over, it's to the near post. It's Somerton again, who uses his height, and it's a clearance from the feet as well from Somerton. Baple's in contest with Schofield, who puts his rear end into him to knock him off the ball. And a cheeky little back heel has Aidan Doran getting a rear touch on the right-hand side, but his attempted cross has gone over the byline. And if you didn't like Frozen, now you've got pitch black, so shutting your eyes isn't going to make a difference to what you see. Feel free to relax. Somerton drifting on the right-hand side from the goal kick, and it's Campbell Hall in possession. And as I say that, I see that Campbell Hall has switched sides, so it is Oscar Smith. The twins, you'd call them, when you're looking through the little lens. Loose ball somehow entering into Thistle's defensive third. Sam Royston steps back to pick it up. Plays Stuart Hill in, whose long clearance has found Campbell Hall in the middle, and it's a rare free kick to Gisborne Thistle. Looks like Finn McCauley's got his hand up to take it. We know Chris Spur likes to take these. It's Elwood, though, who's taken it short. It's Baple behind him. Campbell Hall on the left, looking to get beneath McCurdy, who's had a good chop at him, and come up with the ball. Hall will look for his comeuppance there, which he's attained. And it's Baple on the left-hand side, spinning, turning, looking to shield. McMillan comes underneath to play the short ball forward, and Doran uses his body well to win possession. He has Davies in the middle, and it's a deflected pass that's found Anderson on the right. Davies above, gets into the Gisborne Thistle area on the right-hand side with the nutmeg. And the assistant referee has raised her flag on the near side. Looks like it's going to be a penalty to Napier City Rovers. Now, I would say watch carefully here, but you can't. Martin Royal has blown his whistle to acknowledge the flag of the assistant referee. Graney with the goal kick. It's Andrew coming away, has Davies in the middle. He's been jacked up by McMillan. Smith with the loose touch on the edge of the area. Still 12-7 to East Coast over Poverty Bay at the Oval. And seems like we're back. Here's Harry Mason in the middle. Sliding challenge from Chris Spur. Looks like Royston's covering him on the inside, and Thistle have done well to get away with that one. Here's Somerton. Has Oscar Smith beneath him. Travels across the face, a goal, and has a pop with the left, looking good off the boot. A little bit of a deflection there, looks like Huxford in recovery. So PK, the penalty again was given right on the edge of the area because it looked pretty soft, to be fair. Little Davies tried to thread the needle between two Thistle defenders and went down and stayed down, but evidently is fine, as a lot of football players often do. And after consultation with the assistant referee, Royal awarded the free kick, not the penalty. And again, that shows his class as a referee. He blew the whistle but didn't make a signal, so stopped the game, found out what was going on, probably decided in his mind that it didn't look like a penalty. And it was the free kick to Schofield, who kicked it into Stuart Hill's two arms. Here's Doran on the edge of the area for the Dolphins. Andrew now looks to hit Mason inside the area. Stuart Hill's come forward. Looks like a free kick as opposed to an offside against Harry Mason. Perhaps a little bit too much backside in that one for Royal's liking. Spur almost gets caught out on the turn there. It's quick interchange at the back for Thistle. McCauley finds Campbell Hall. Baple now. Good pressure from Harry Anderson. It's Royston who's popped up in a holding midfield spot there. Stuart Hill comes out and wins that one. Holds it for an age and looks for that long bomb again. Do you think perhaps he has a bit of a wind behind him, looking to use that perhaps? Try and find a sighting of a corner flag. as we enter into referee's time. Still 0-0, as you can see, correctly stated on the scoreboard.
Congratulations to Sheila on that.
Here's Rovers. Thistle will need to finish the half strongly here. Look to be tied as Rovers look threatening, menacing down the left-hand side. That'll be Spears on the ball. A good individual battle there, won by Sam Royston with also the free kick. Stuart Hill just soaks up a bit of the clock here. Looking to navigate Thistle safely into the half-time break. Goes wise and long, has the feet of Somerton, who on the turn doesn't manage to catch an outstretched boot of the home side's defence. Graney doesn't look to be in a particular hurry either. Rovers, of course, coming from what do you call a surprise loss last weekend to Palmerston North Marist. That's another free kick to Thistle. Thank you, PK Hickey, in the comment section there. And 11k southerly, probably not enough really to make much of a difference. The southerly would be, yeah, more towards the top of the screen. Shrieks of delight in the crowd, only mildly terrifying as we head into half time. So it's the Napier City Rovers reserves of the reserves 0 and ALH Gisborne Thistle 0. Now that we're back, we'll see you in about 10 minutes or so.
Well, you better ask in the chat too. If you want to hear about this difference between table tennis and ping pong, then we can save the chat for after. Otherwise, I'm just going to jump straight into that offline with Ryan now.
Turn my mic off. that's the noise that happens when it's time to play football. And here they are again doing that thing. It's Napier City Rovers in the blue, playing right to left this time. So pleasant to be able to bring you footage from Park Island in Napier for those joining just for the second half. As you can see by the scoreboard, it's Napier City Rovers 0, ALH Gisborne Thistle also 0, which I think both teams would probably take, although Rovers definitely in the ascendancy for the most of the first half. Here's the bottle blonde here of Andre Bapel retrieving the ball for the long throw. Oh, perhaps Campbell Hall. Difficult to see on that far right side, but I can tell you that's Finn McCauley coming away with it now. Big challenge in the middle and wins the free kick.
And he sprays it out to the right here. Looks like the switch is on. Now he suggests that Napier were in the ascendancy, which would mean that they were going bottom to top. But of course, first half they were going left to right, and now they're going right to left.
Yeah, it's a football phrase. You'll hear pressurised as well as one that people don't really like. Correct term, of course, being pressured. But you talk about teams being pressurised and you talk about teams in the ascendancy. I don't think it's literal. I think it's metaphorical. A metaphorical ascension.
I prefer my metaphors as personifications, so if we could stick with objectively discussing football as a person, I'd be much happier.
Napier City Rovers are a frustrated teenager looking for a partner, but unable to
Napier City Rovers are
fire
Luke
any
Stoltz.
shots.
Is that
Apologies to all the Stoltz family out there.
They know I love them.
I don't think Luke's frustrated. I think he just knows that he's got so much to offer. So if there are any available females out there, let's say within the range of, I don't know, what do we give him, 16 to 60? Something like that?
That's what his Tinder's set to?
Here's Hall pirouetting on the top and looking for the top corner, but he's found the roof of the net as opposed to the ceiling.
Good.
Another football phrase that former councillor Shannon Dowsing.
Of course, we're doing personification now, so it's landed on the wig.
Landed on the broad shoulders of the translucent octogenarian, would call that one, when they get like that. But it's not English class. Here's Elwood. Wraps the boot around it to find Royston, who battles through the middle, but he's coughed up possession to Schofield on this occasion. Looks long, has the run of Davies, looking to pressure Spur, who just uses that body to brush off the teenager. Royston with the throw now. And then the long boot looking for Hall. It's Andrew very deep. Finds solace in Ben Graney. Bapel looking to intercept that one. Rovers still heading sideways there. Someone look after that child, please. But a keep ball between McCauley and Stuart Hill. There's the spray that Dowsing was calling for. It's at the feet of Royston, but Spears has read him like a book. Wilson donates one to Smith. Can't get much more than a left foot toe poke on it. Smith and Elwood working together well there. The deflection is unkind to them. And you'll get to see more of Harry Huxford this half. That's the man on the ball at the moment, or the fella on the ball, we should say, who's just been jacked up by Oscar Smith. Campbell Hall has it underneath. Cheeky back heel for Summerton, who goes around. He's free in the area, gets the square ball looking for his old mate Oscar Smith, but Rovers clear that one. Hearts in the mouth stuff for the home team there.
Great work by Oscar there. I'm really enjoying the high pressure. Seeing the strikers do all the work at the top, making it easier on our midfielders.
I'd call it a hearty performance from the Thistle so far. Of course, the last time these two played, 13 goals for a 7-6 win deep into referee's time for the Thistle. Smith looks to get around Huxford but can't on that occasion. Spears now on the inside, travelling across the field. Here's Doran. Tries to hit the middle, but McMillan intercepts and Macaulay cleans up the scraps, but it's Rovers again. Macaulay's strong there on what looks like Harry Anderson out on the right. But again, apologies for any families or friends watching when we get those ones wrong on that far side. Little bit tricky. Royston stepping forward here. It Spears away with it and into the area. Schofield with a little bit of an underlap. Looks at the far post, but no product from Rovers. Andrew looking to supply his forwards. Spears now looks to, thought he'd get a shot off. He's got Huxford out on the left, and it's a save with the feet from Stuart Hill. Royston keeps ball in for Smith to maraud down the right-hand side. It's cut out by Schofield, though. Now, it may be a 5-team league, the Federation League this season, but it's 5 good teams. Even fixtures so far, no blowouts, which is good to see. And all the teams will be very familiar with each other. This, of course, is the second round of fixtures for Thistle, who haven't yet played Palmerston North United, who've probably had a less than successful start to the season than they would have hoped for. Palmerston North derby today, of course. Marist versus United. Taradale taking the rest today. As we take a rest here on the pitch for referee Martin Royal to write something in his book. As Elwood clips one into the area. Salmon looking to get on the end of it. Bit of press from Thistle here, and it's Rovers who get through it. But no numbers committed forward. I have to say, it looks like the experience of Chris Spear at the back there has been a good addition for Thistle today. Man who's come through some pretty,
Speaking of the man,
adverse circumstances in terms of injuries. Here's Mason now on the right-hand side. Right foot, I should say. Puts that one in the net, but came back from an offside position. One Jason Trowell popping up with the double capitals. Looking for information on when Thistle is back at Childers Road. That'll be in July. You can enjoy, should be 8 home fixtures in a row before the rescheduled game against Palmerston North United takes place in September. Here's Somerton dancing into the area. No product for Thistle on this occasion. Macaulay has a go from a long way away. And there's a shove in the middle, which is on camera. Probably deserved, though, you'd have to say. And it's his old teammate, Alex Davies, on the end of it. Mason's on, but wide on the right. Thistle are back in very good numbers there. Rovers not looking to commit any forward, which is somewhat unusual in a position like that. You'd really expect the home team to be on the front foot and just pushing through.
Here we are.
But it's Thistle now with the counter, and it's a flag
that did
up
not look
from
like offside to me.
assistant referee Steve Tutbury.
Unless it was Jimmy coming from offside, coming back on.
The only way to find out is to tap your screen a couple of times to the left. Don't do it if you're watching on the big TV, though, because it's probably not going to work. Spur reading that one well. Smith getting a decent challenge in, but Huxford again just got that quality of the close control. Sees him retain possession on most occasions. Pretty decent left back, you'd have to say. Looks like Baple on that occasion coming back to save the day for Thistle. Played well today, Baple. Looking comfortable in that fullback role.
Oh, we've lost our only ball.
Do you
Hopefully the
remember
neighbour will give it
the
back.
chat pre-match about who had the better match balls from the home side?
Yeah, very interesting chat coming from the sideline there. Napier City Rovers asking us if they could use our match balls for the day. Very difficult to tell if they agreed. We didn't get the robot decided not to show us that coverage.
Perhaps subtitles, something for the VO crowd to look into in the future as the ball comes in at second attempt into the area. Plenty of composure there from Spur in the middle. Oh, and it's a crossbar that's been struck. Rovers players probably offside there, seagulling on the area, but not picked up from the assistant referee. Here's that energy that you might be looking for from a home side. It's not yet to get on the score sheet. Apologies for the colourful language coming through on the pitch side microphone.
Yeah, as we all know, there's no rucking in football anymore.
Pitch side microphone, incidentally, the same gadget as the pitch side camera.
In that case, I wish it gave everybody a robot voice.
Are you good at impressions?
Absolutely.
Well, there's been absolutely no offers about the potential opera singing. We know that Sheila's offered to come in with the beatboxing. Personal passion of hers. Bee-boops and what have you. Rovers thought they were in there, but clothed in guilt. Here's Macaulay standing over it again. Heads right, has Smith on the thigh. Who wins it in front of Huxford. Here's Elwood under pressure here. Manages to retain possession as he does. Get it back in the middle. He's gone for a spray and looked for Somerton early there. Unsure what the free kick might have been for in the middle there, but as the away team, you'll take it. Elwood underneath again has Somerton, who looks to square it. So it definitely does appear that we're playing this game with one ball, not the regular 3-match balls you'd expect. So I'm not sure what that says of any intentions, perhaps, for the way to play or the desired result today. No ball, people. No spare ball. Although they seem to have found another one there because that's come from a different place where it went out to. Probably another Gisborne Thistle one. Look forward to the funding application for that come Monday.
Well, let's be fair, if they've borrowed our balls for the game, I'm sure they're more than happy to leave them in the bushes until afterwards, once we're on the bus.
Yeah, give it to us next time you're down. Oh, hang on. You're not down again this season.
Yeah.
Good fundraising strategy.
Much easier than an application to a Class 4 gambling trust, of course.
Got Spears standing over the corner for Napier City Rovers. Goes short again. Gets it back again. It's Jimmy Somerton putting in the defensive work. Somerton, of course, with a bone to pick with this venue, you would say. Of course, playing for Napier City Rovers last season. Looking to take Gisborne Thistle into the same league as Napier City Rovers. Substitution taking place here. It's the former Gisborne Thistle man, Alex Davies, as well as Harry Mason, by the looks of it, making way for Cam Houston and Jack Sanko. Sanko, of course, the former Havelock North Wanderers player. Spent some time with Waterside Tairawhiti for a season in Wellington.
It seems like the crowd has grown in the stadium across the way. At least one entire family up there.
Indeed, yes. Family and friends. Query double figures on the far side attendance. Schofield heavy touch there. Thought he might have got away with it. It's Royston winning the loose ball and getting kicked from behind by Schofield. He'll get the yellow card for that. He'll have some passive-aggressive laughter thinking, how on earth could that be a yellow card? But probably knows that he's on the wrong side of the ball there, and when you kick someone in the ankle, it's not that nice. Royston won't complain about it too much, though. He's a tough man. And a nice man.
Nice.
He's very nice, Sam Royston. I think 3 cheers for Sam Royston, perhaps, for everyone at home. Just do them quietly to yourselves. Been a good addition to the Thistle squad and club this season.
I'm going to assume that most of our viewers are footballers or seasoned footballers. So they're going to understand how 3 cheers work, and they probably can manage that by themselves. Very traditional, of course, to finish the game with the cheers.
Here's Schofield, the man with the yellow card hanging over his head, as well as 3 others who we couldn't quite see who it was. Doran now for Rovers. Switch as well has Spears out on the left, who goes around Royston. Didn't quite get enough power on the shot though, so it's an easy save for Stuart Hill to the right. Stuart Hill bundles that one away. It's Wilson putting the boot through it. There's that tall figure of Sanko in the 14. Hall gets up well to flick this, has Smith who goes around underneath. Bursting into the area, no foul, except for maybe on his own man there. Elwood is dispossessed by Spears, then wins it back himself. Looks like change for Thistle now, McMillan making way. And it's Corey Thompson coming on into the midfield for the Jags. As Huxford displays juggling skills with the hands and feet. A little bit of raru going on off camera here between Sanko and Thompson. Schofield goes for the up and under. Has Anderson out on the right hand side. It'll be McCurdy electing not to cross. Salmon showing his authority on that far side there to win the ball, resulting in a throw in to Napier City Rovers.
Well, we're certainly not getting up to the figures of the last game. The goals have been expended in previous fixtures by the looks of it.
Yeah, tell you what, 13 goals from here would be one hell of a finish. Have stranger things happened? They say stranger things have happened, but I don't know if anything stranger than that has actually happened.
Well, that hasn't actually happened either, so as in 13 goals in the last however many minutes. But 14 goals has certainly happened at some
Charitably
stage.
30 minutes perhaps, but yeah, things to ponder here in the studio as the teams seem pretty happy to sit on the stalemate, to be fair. You don't see a whole lot of outward ambition from either side. Rovers are probably settling into again dominating the possession. All sorts of gesticulations going on the bench there for the Thistle. Three wise men down in the dugout. Of course, Lee Smith joining in today. Spare seat on the bus. A wise man, Lee Smith.
I think he kicked that out hard enough to spend the rest of the 13 minutes fetching it.
They'll be trying to find that hedge for the ball. Here's Huxford sneaking his way around to that byline. Holding on to possession as Spears beneath him. Thompson nicks one off him and then is upended. And Royals said, "That's enough shenanigans from you, Thomas." Yet another yellow card. Plenty of fundraising going on today. As we head into dusk here in the Hawke's Bay region. What do you say? What's sunset at the moment, Shannon? 5:15, sooner?
I'm not sure about Napier. It seems to be a little earlier here than there, right?
Elwood going for the safety of the touchline there on that occasion. And Spears bouncing it off Houston's outstretched shoulder. Houston, of course, a rare breed today. One of only 4 players in the lineup who have always been with Napier City Rovers.
So so Google telling me that sunset on Saturday the 3rd of June in Napier is actually 4:56 p.m.
That's soon. That's soon. Less than half an hour away. So you hope there's no delays here, otherwise they'll be playing in the dark. And again, that ball's out of play. Lee Smith's putting in the dinner order. Perhaps having a quick scroll through the Facebook, finding something entertaining. Perhaps a dog doing something cute.
We all like a cute dog video. Cats, though. Cats is being slightly more popular on the internet.
I agree, Shannon. Cats should be defanged and declawed for human safety. Here's Doran. Coughs that one up. That's Anderson as Smith goes for another scroll. Needs a little heads up here. Being exposed, he's heard it, and he's got off that cell phone. Of course, the public campaign starting soon for everybody to be allowed no more than 2 hours of screen time per day.
Excellent. That'll show those cats. No time for your videos, kitty.
Here's Stuart Hill with the goal kick. And of course, if you're watching this on your phone, that means you've only got another half an hour, assuming you hadn't been on it at all earlier on and you turned it off during half time. Use it wisely. Here's Schofield, arrives at the top of the box, looks for that far post but doesn't find it. Salmon goes underneath and manages to scuff some sort of a clearance here. That's Houston in the middle. It's good numbers and desperation for Thistle at the back. Thompson stops to pull up his sock. And that's not a metaphor. Looks like Hall working hard to recover there. Good to see from the Thistle. Great defensive attitude has resulted in an enduring parity on the scoreboard. And another goal kick to Mitchell Stuart Hill.
Now let's get a thumbs up for cats or dogs from Sheila on the side here. Sheila, cats or dogs? Thumbs up for cats. Oh, thumbs up for cats. Well, we now know that Sheila has no taste.
Disgusting
be the last question
behaviour.
I bother asking.
Royston just loses his footing there as Spears gets into the area. He's gone around Royston. He's hit the byline. It's gone across the face of goal, but nobody waiting there for the Rovers. Of course, they've withdrawn their chief goal threat in Harry Mason. And perhaps Coach Shane McKenzie ruining that decision. Every chance that the instructions would have been for him to have reduced minutes today with the Chatham Cup fixture tomorrow for Napier City Rovers. Here's Macaulay looking to go long. It's only gone as far as Huxford. Schofield releases him in the overlap. And Campbell Hall does well to win possession. Sanko travelling across the area, won't want to shoot on that right foot though. Lays it off for Houston, who probably wouldn't have wanted to shoot with his left. Beautiful lines, aren't they, Shannon? Nice and white, crisp.
Yeah, I have played on a few pitches recently that have more of a dead ball line. Well, that's a thing that's happened. No, we're back. Yeah, I think the wider pitch particularly bad. It's more like a trench warfare going on.
Yeah, nothing worse than a bit of over-aggressive roundup. Might as well be Diesel. Salmon keeps that one in. It's on camera. Everybody can see. Summerton knows that one's bounced off him. Schofield for Sanko in the middle. Elegant player, Jack Sanko, good to watch. Underneath, and Thompson's in pursuit of him. Look at him shift that ball on quickly. Looks like Anderson on the right-hand side. Elwood in fantastic position there, just hunting that ball down. And the Stoltz has got what he wanted. David Salmon, who's given an excellent account of himself today, to be fair. Probably his best performance in a Thistle shirt since his re-emergence. He'll be making way for boys high student Max Kumat. Coming into midfield there, so you've got two boys high students playing in that midfield trio now. And I'm sure Hugo Elwood probably would have gone to boys high had he been raised in Gisborne. Renter crowd coming in here in the studios, of course. The audience is building for the performance coming up from Rangai Media CEO, that's Chief Executive Officer Shannon Dowsing, taking in requests. Perhaps a Frank Sinatra, I did it my way for the boys and girls.
I've got to admit, Ryan, that in this relationship in this studio, I'm not the performing monkey.
That one's gone off Cam Houston's head.
Not that I'm suggesting that I treat my staff that way, of course.
I'm just unsure whether I was being called a monkey then, but
No.
we move on. Here's some more throw-in critique from the sideline as Harry Huxford goes down in my books, unfortunately, sorry. Not as though that matters, but don't whinge about throws. As we meander through the second half, probably, admittedly. Final score in the rugby, crew? 27-19 to East Coast, you'd assume. Poverty Bay got up, big brother.
Poverty Bay may come back.
Of course, they got it wrong. It was actually 29-17 to Poverty Bay, but
No, nobody likes a corrector unless they're the one that pays your wages, so fair play.
you did get it right on the scoreboard. Either that or you got it wrong on the scoreboard and you got it right in the studio. But back to this score. Sheila, do you want to give us an update? What is that again? It's, that's right. 0-0. All the zeros.
Here's Thistle looking to use the energy of Max Kumat coming on. Has he got the power that Stoltz has christened him? Hugo Lordevijk as well with a King Kumat call. First time anyone's actually heard Hugo say anything, so congratulations for finding that unspoken voice at the end of your keyboard. There's another namesake, Hugo Elwood looking to win position there, hunting down that ball. Spears with the first touch, it's cut out by Royston. Goes underneath for Hoare, who's shoved in the back but missed, and it's an advantage being played. Royston goes under, has Summerton inside who looks to turn, retains possession. Has Smith to his left. Travelling across the top of the area but not enough in the shot to trouble Graney, who collects easily. You can see Hugo Elwood stalking where this ball might drop in that midfield.
I'd like to see some pressure there.
Macaulay with the defensive
increase
clearance
that
to that
pace.
man Elwood.
I think it just feels as if Thistle settled into it now and they're happy with this pace and not trying to get possession very urgently.
Schofield dancing through, needs some urgency there from Macaulay, who makes the clearance. I want to draw attention to the performance from Chris Spur today. Timeless, you would say. Very astute in the heart of defence there for Thistle. Andrew allowed to roam free. He's picked out Sanko on the left-hand side, who is offside. So it's an indirect free kick to the Thistle from inside the area. Final 10 minutes plus referee's time here at Park Island. Sunset's a matter of 19 minutes away. Start the clock on that one.
Consider it started.
Here's Anderson, has Houston above him. Managed to get around on the inside. Can he get around Spur? Cross comes over. Free man at the far post is Spears. And it's a sharp save, sharper than it looked from Stuart Hill. Would have been unsighted on that occasion. That's a very good save. Standing and manages to parry. Ball away and out of trouble. So it's a Rovers corner, a bit of a flash point in the fixture. Blair's seen enough and gone for the chair. Schofield supplies this one. It's to the near post. It's found a Thistle head. Haul down for Elwood. Puts him in a little bit of trouble. The Rovers bench feels like they deserved a penalty there. A wry smile from Blair suggests that the player's tripped over himself. And no one will really know what the actual truth ever was. All that matters at the moment is 0 on the scoreboard and another corner to Napier City Rovers. Smith looking to get a touch, can't quite on that occasion. Interesting decision to keep that one in, and it's Smith who's got away, and he'll get around Doran. Anderson's over on the left-hand side of the pitch to thwart his progress. Thistle looking to produce on the counter. Unorthodox throw-in style of Royston. But again, nothing wrong with it. Fits within the criteria. Spur plays that one out for the throw. As Rovers look to make a substitution. It's Thomas Spears making way. And Shea Balfin coming on. Another rangy customer they'll need to keep an eye on. Rare breed at Napier City Rovers, the mid-20-year-old. Of course, normally most players that come out of Napier City Rovers end up at Taradale this season. And the whistle's gone from Royal there. Rovers feel like they were away. George Andrew looking to start things again for Rovers. Here's Wilson. Free to dribble. Houston out on the left-hand side. Gets the crossover. Reasonable one. But easily cleared by Thistle. Royston goes underneath. Playing for safety, you would suggest. Huxford now. Here's Stuart Hill going long. Hugo Elwood hunting that one down in the middle.
Hunting, eh? I hear he is a bit of a hunter. Has he caught anything recently?
Funny you should ask, Shannon. Just the one cougar so far in his time in New Zealand. I believe he went searching in the Bay of Plenty region to find that one. And he's been living off it for about the past week. So I hear they're very good eating, the cougar. So congratulations to Elwood for that one.
I assume he's going to mount the trophy.
Yeah, time will tell. Time will tell. I think he's just working through finding out what the best parts of it are at the moment. Here's Somerton looking dangerous for Thistle. Amounts to nothing on that occasion. And it's Rovers looking for the counter, cut out well by Royston. Flag goes up on the far side there. So it's another offside. Do we see some desperation start to creep in now for either side? You'd think that the away side would actually be happy with a point in this. Based on how the game's gone today, Shannon, thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I'm struggling to think of any really seriously threatening chances. So I think you'd be happy to walk away with the point. And after a few on the trot of missing out in the 90th minute,
Squeaky bum time indeed for the Thistle. But they've been secure at the back. Stuart Hill nice and alert on that occasion, coming out to calm things down. You can hear the gaffer, Garrett Blair, asking for how long. So that looks like Chris Spurs hit the deck. Heroic 88 minutes so far. Haul up well for that one. Elwood drops into centre back. Stuart Hill's going to look for the throw here and get it out over the halfway line so that Spur can receive some attention. And he's been fantastic today, Chris Spur, as previously mentioned, but you couldn't say it enough at the heart of that Thistle defence. They'll have one, Daniel Venema. Very capable replacement on the sideline. And there is that man who will look to enter the fixture. So it's Chris Bursk succumbing to the cramp. And Daniel Venema taking his place.
excellent shift by Chris. Of course, he knows I'm his biggest fan. Yeah. And if the score stays like this, I think Thistle will be happy with a clean sheet at least.
Yeah, 100%. Never upsetting to not concede. There's Venema under the pump early. Royston just not expecting that one. Doran has Sanko out on his left. Schofield now for Rovers. Loose touch from Andrew. It's away with that one. Macaulay hacks away at it. You see Elwood just taking up a deeper defensive position there. Houston gets the crossover. Macaulay gets in front of it, and Baple makes the clearance. It's a free kick. Over on the left-hand side, though.
Yeah, a little nudge in the back before the cross came in. Just so he'd try to disrupt it.
Schofield again. No argument or dispute from any of his teammates today. And it's a good delivery, so that's justified. Schofield again, good touch on the left-hand side. Royston takes one bite but doesn't come up with the goods. It's gone across the face of goal again. For the third or fourth time today.
You've got to wonder how there was no one there. Only really 3 players forward, and they're all sitting on the penalty spot.
Such a prized asset, a keen striker, a goal poacher in New Zealand football, is it not? If there's any international viewers out there, know that you can come over to New Zealand and be a hero for any amount of clubs.
Yep, if you know how to toe poke from 1 yard out.
It's a skill.
It is.
Royston goes for safety. He's been good at right back today. Settled in well. Inspired tactical change from the gaffer, Gisborne Thistle head coach Garrett Blair. Brought to you by Aotearoa Labour Hire. Houston keeps that one in. Gets to the far post. It's a hopeful handball shout. It'd be a home crowd home ball handball shout there for the Rovers. Royal's seen it all before and is not tempted to purse the lips and blow the whistle. Sad to see the crowd has dissipated on the far side, perhaps a little bit chilly. Here's Summerton now. Can he get free? He's into the area. He's just got the keeper to beat, and he slots it. It's a go-ahead goal for Gisborne Thistle in the 93rd minute here at Park Island. Summerton is absolutely having kittens in front of that grandstand that housed him last season. It's a dream situation. You got David Salmon leaping up off the bench to join in the celebrations for the Thistle. And what kind of finish are we going to have here? Are we going to see some ambition, some drive from Napier City Rovers? Are they going to seek the point?
There is no drive like a Jimmy Summerton drive. Look, he just... Actually, I know the exact phrase you'd use for that.
That's exactly what we've got. It's the leveller from Rovers. They get forward, they come through. You'd have to say it would have been a heist for Thistle to come away with the points from that one, and Rovers have bounced right back. Just that concentration lacking on that occasion. It's a 94th minute equaliser. Thistle's turn to respond. Could we have 13 goals in 13 minutes of extra time?
One can only hope. They saved the excitement for the end, that's for sure.
What a situation here at Park Island. We've endured 93 minutes of, the word to describe it would be a lack of product.
Oh, now we've got cramp setting in by the looks of it.
We've got a Rogue Wilson wandering onto the field. That's the Napier City Rovers reserves of the reserve goalkeeper. He's heading right over to that far side by the looks. So, hey, we could have 13 minutes of time added on here. Looks like Matt Harvey has entered the field. Not to be confused with Matt the Asset Harvey out of Gisborne Thistle, of course. Wilson's managed to make his way over the pitch to tend to the injured player on the far right, and that's full time here at Park Island. It's Napier City Rovers stealing a point, you would have to say, after Thistle looked like they had it. Both goals deep into time added on. And it's a barnstorming finish, but time for us to rest, and we'll do it all again next week. We'll bring you coverage of Gisborne Thistle on the road thanks to Rangai Media and Aotearoa Labour Hire. Go to alh.nz and find yourself some work this week. See you next time.
Mā te wā.